Hey everybody, Chance Priest here, Priest Toy Safari, and it's going to be episode in the 60s. I don't remember because it's been a while since I did one. Every time I say I'm going to do more of these, I jinx myself because I have no time to do any of them. Anyway, I was up here working in the shop today, in the warehouse, going through stuff and trying to find some of you guys out there, y'all's trade, which is really tough. But anyway, so I'm going through that stuff and anyway, I put together some pretty neat things I thought would make some thongs that would put a good video out there. Remember y'all, Priest Monsters Aliens Superheroes group on Facebook and Victory Comics LLC on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. There you go. Anyway, we're going to have a bunch of new stuff coming out because we're going to have a website and it's going to have a lot of streaming services and stuff like that. I don't know if that's what you really call it, but you're going to be able to watch stuff on there. Make it a little bit easier. Anyway, so I got two groups of things and I'm going to try to get through these and do a little toy safari, man. Anyway, one thing I love, y'all know I love Mexican bootleg anything just about. And just because, man, it's got that artistic flair and y'all know I love that stuff. And I had just a small pile of jumbos, which they're real rare, so you ain't going to have many jumbos. But these are the jumbos, like the 18, 20-inch jumbos. And I think I've showed one of these once before of this guy here. I just got these. I did a trade with a friend, and I just got him, and he's dirty, right? He's a dirty dude. But anyway, he's supposed to be like a quasi He-Man futuristic type guy. And the one I have is really clean, the one I've had for years, and he's all painted on the cuffs and everything, and he's all silver, and he looks like a futuristic barbarian, which is what He-Man and what are they? I don't know what it's called. It's you're a barbarian, but you're in the future, but you're in the past, but you're in the hell. I don't even know. I just love it. Like I say, quit thinking about stuff so much and just love it. That's what I do. Anyway, so I got two of him now, and I think he would be a good one for me to paint. I think I might paint him, or even make some clothes for him or something. I don't know, do something for the poor guy, but he just old naked now. Anyway, there is a jumbo Mr. Incredible, which I love the Incredibles movies. They're freaking. How can you not? They're just awesome. And especially my kids love them, and what's cool is my kids loved them when they were small, and then of course they waited 10 years or something to come out with the others, so now they're all like damn near adults, and so they got the little nostalgia of their own, and that's pretty cool. So, and these are pretty darn hard to find, y'all. I guess they pop up every once in a while, and I'm not everywhere all at once, so I don't know, but man, they're pretty tough to find. Here is the great one, and El Santo, and it's going to be just kind of a quasi El Santo, and the Saint, the famous wrestler and movie star from Mexico, and now he is mint, and yes, his trash bag cape is original. So man, I don't know if y'all like watching Santo movies, but I do. I love my Santo movies, man. They are fun, and they got some. I always say, every time you watch one of those Santo movies, you say, well, only 15 people were killed in the making of that movie because some of the stunts and stuff are nuts. I have showed this one once before, but I will show it again. It's the Jumbo Spider-Man. And I think I've told y'all before, many times, when I grew up, my comic book guy was Spider-Man because, he was different and he was an outsider, and I always was. Man, I never got superpowers, but sometimes I feel like I did. No, I've always loved Spider-Man. I don't know. I know they've done a bunch of stuff to him in recent times, which I don't like. But, I guess they change everything, and I'm just not into that. And he really is, it's not about the evolution of a character or anything else like that. I go back to like the way it was written when it was created. And so I'm a creator. So I look at like the creators and I go, would you like if they just completely just dismantled that character and made it into something different, and I don't think so, because I wouldn't. I mean, I would want my character to evolve and grow and do different things and do, but I'd still want it to remain fundamentally the same character. And I think that's what well, of course they've done. They've messed with everything. So, there is no goodie. I love the way they portrayed him in the Avengers movies and the new Spider-Man movies. I think that was really good, but I think that's all off now. So, I mean, you can't, I don't get off on track anyway. So, and then I recently traded for this big sucker, which I love. I mean, the Hulk's always been one of my top guys. I've always had a bad temper, so I really don't have one that much anymore. But man, there was a time I really had a temper, and I I'd go from mild guy to a mean sucker, But I've always been a lot more controlled than old Mr. Hulk. But anyway, now I can tell you this from owning a bunch of these. Somebody took a pen and did all that. They took it looks like a ink pen or a Sharpie or something like that. They made the lines more defined, which that's cool. That's cool. Some kid was making it better in their mind, and I like that. So anyway, but what's cool is you got the classic. Now I have the classic Spider-Man and Hulk, and you stand these big boys on a shelf, and man, they freaking look. I tell everybody I like the real big stuff, and I like the little bitty stuff. Little bitty stuff is because it's just so personal and pocket sized, and then the big stuff because it, oh man, it lights your fire, man. You come in and you see a big room with them giants, and of course, when you have your setup, you have your displays, you got your giants, then you got your smaller ones and all that stuff like that. It all works out. It all looks cool, but there'll be a day. Of course, y'all know we're building the toy factory and all that stuff. So there's going to be, that's just, there's going to be a big display room, showroom in there, gallery, showroom, whatever you want to call it. And it'll just have the stuff we make. Of course, I've made 18 million toys, but that, and then the stuff we're making for other people, and the stuff we're going to be making for ourselves. Just toys. But not long on the heels of that, we want to put in a big toy museum out there on the property. And so, and basically, I'm going to take everything I love and display it. And then my partners, Eric and Mila, they have huge toy collections too. Not my size toy collections, but big. And as Eric said, he goes, "You got more stuff than me, but all my stuff's choice." I guess mine's not. Anyway, no, but that's what we're going to do. And so it'll just be killer. And it'll be something. I think people will visit it. I think they really will, because it'll be a real history of toys, everything. Because I mean, between the three of us, we collect everything. Anyway, just something to, that's coming. Anyway, so there's one toy safari. I'm gonna shoot out there a little quickie, just 5 figures. And I'm always looking for more of those. By the way, if you have one, call me. I'll trade or buy it. And then I think I got time. I'm gonna do another one. So victory. We'll see you in a minute.